Hi everyone! Today we're going to try some tricks with buttons. If you're like me, sometimes you start a project and then realize you don't have exactly the button you want. Well, we're going to see if we can fix that today. The first thing we're going to try to do is emboss a color just around the edge of this button. So for that we need Versamark, colored embossing powder, pliers, a button with a ridge, your heat tool, and an embossing buddy. So let's see if it works. First, tap your button on your embossing buddy so that the embossing powder only sticks where there's Versamark. Now let's gently pounce our button into the Versamark. Hopefully that worked. Now we're going to take and pat it gently, ever so gently, into our embossing powder. Okay, now we've done that. Whoops, I see one little spot. Let's try and get that off. Okay, let's heat it up and see what happens. Now it's going to take a little bit longer to heat than it does on paper. But we'll see what happens with this. See if we can get a ridge. It seems to be working. We're getting a nice acrylic looking ridge around this button. Okay, don't do that. Now you see I missed a spot. We can go back in with our Versa and our embossing powder, knock it off, and emboss it again. And there you have it. A pretty orange edge around our white button, suitable for a project of the same color. Pretty cool. The next thing we're going to try to do is stamp a pattern on a smooth button. Now we're going to try this by taking a stamp that has a pattern on it, inking it up with Versa. Make sure that you get the part inked up good that you're going to be using on the button. Take your pliers again. Tap your button on your embossing buddy. Take the button and push it down on the stamp. You have to do this quite hard. Take it out, and now I'm going to put it in some gold embossing powder this time and see what happens. Tap off the excess. And let's heat. Now the gold is taking a lot less time than the orange did. Okay, and there we have it. It's really quite pretty. Now I made a mistake and didn't get it centered, but it is very, very pretty. Okay. I think we'll try that again and see if I can do a better job of centering it. So into your Versamark. Find the button. This time I'm going to take a button that's not quite so white, and let's see how it looks. It's almost transparent. Tap it on your embossing buddy. Lay it on your stamp and really push. Pick it up into your embossing powder. Tap off the excess. And there you have it, a beautiful button. There's the first one, it's just not quite centered. Okay, now we're going to try coloring the entire surface of your button. Once again, you need a smooth button, absolutely flat, or as flat as you can get. Pounce it all over in your Versa. You don't have to use your embossing buddy this time. Plunge it into your embossing powder. Get it all done. Tap it off. And away we go. Now you see mine got away on me. That's not really a problem. Just pick it up into the Versa again. Make sure the tines of your pliers don't come down too low. Into your embossing powder. Tap off the excess. And then let's try just doing it flat on this time and see if it works better. And there you have a glossy button, the exact color you want. Now be careful, these are really, really hot until they're cooled. Too hot to touch. There we have it. A few different ways to decorate buttons. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.